DygoKnight is a disgusting pencil-neck tard with the sound of a woman and someone with a boner for Sasuke Uchiha. The fact he manages to live as long as he did, I start to think God is cruel and just want to laugh at our misery. His channel for some strange reason does well, and it is surprising because he has been making low-effort content asking questions with obvious answers while somehow managing to yap for 30 minutes. I made a video on him earlier where I talk about his rewrite and some writing decisions he will make in the future, and I think I was far more charitable then. Because I watched the final part of the Suigetsu backstory, and this episode alone encapsulates everything wrong with Daigo and his failings as a rewrite. To start things off on a nicer note, I think Suigetsu's backstory is mostly good, a necessary padding for time aside. I like that he manages to give him a lot of depth. It was interesting to see a boy who wanted to be like his older brother Mangetsu to realize how messed up his older brother and his village truly is. I love that his goofy personality has a reason behind it, and some depth he ended up giving to Mei, so I liked most of it. But we got another backstory after the Deidara backstory which speaks more to Daigo's piss-poor structuring of the arcs. This speaks to Daigo's Naruto rewrite potential and all the things he can do to service the story. But then I saw the final episode of this arc and all the nice things I say go right out of the window. But enough about that. Let me give you a recap for those that do not want to watch Daigo's crap. Sasuke is recovering from his battle with Deidara. Team Heibi is tending to his wounds all the while watching over him while he rests. Karin and Jugo tell their backstories for bonding, and when it is Suigetsu's turn he starts telling his own backstory. Suigetsu didn't have parents and was raised by his brother, Mangetsu. Suigetsu hasn't gotten his hydrification jutsu yet, whereas his brother got that and is also the leader of the 7 swordsmen of the mist. Suigetsu goes with his brother and the other swordsman of the mist, Kisame. And this woman who is still young, they enter an island that has Kisame's clan members, which Daigo said is called the Shark Clan. No, not the Hoshikage clan, the Shark Clan. Kisame took the last name out of spite against his father, the Hammerhead guy. Anyways, the swordsmen were instructed to go there under the orders to go there and massacre the clan should they rebel, since the Shark Clan don't like the Mist Village. Suigetsu and crew get attacked by the Shark Clan and they all proceed to massacre the entire Shark Clan, with Kisame killing his own father. Suigetsu, who hasn't even joined the academy yet, also took part in the massacre, and he killed all the shark women and shark kids out of self-defense. When his adrenaline wore off, he realized what he had done and was horrified. He spotted a shark baby and then got spotted by the other swordsmen of the mist. Mei and Suigetsu were the only ones who wanted the baby spared, but Kisame killed the baby anyway. Mei, who was already unhappy with Yagura, was even more pissed off and started her own secret rebellion, but we don't know until later on. She changed her demeanor and her looks to be more sexually arousing to throw people off into thinking she is obsessed with getting herself a suitor. Anyways, Suigetsu enrolls in the academy and befriends Mei's sister Kai. They witness Zabuza leaving the village, and were there when the Kaguya clan attacked the mist. Suigetsu killed one of the members of the Kaguya clan to save Kai but got hospitalized. He is visited by Yagura, who looks hypnotized, but Suigetsu brushes it off. Mei threatens to kill Suigetsu should he continue to hang around Kai and even hired guards to ensure Kai doesn't go near Suigetsu after and before the academy. Whereas Mangetsu continues to encourage Suigetsu to be around Kai. Once the final exam of the academy takes place, Suigetsu and Kai were forced to kill each other. When Suigetsu lets Kai kill him, his hydrification jutsu kicks in and he can't get stabbed anymore. And then Kai forced Suigetsu to kill her. Suigetsu immediately learns that Mangetsu was only letting Suigetsu befriend Kai so he can kill her during the exam, and that Mangetsu is so brainwashed by the Mist's philosophy that he will not change a thing should he become the Mizukage. We also learn that Yagura tried to change things around but suddenly realized that things were fine the way they were. Kai's death convinced Suigetsu that his village is horrible and planned to leave once he gets strong enough. He uses humor to throw people off and hide his real feelings. Kisame has also defected from the mist, and nobody knows why. Mangetsu also learns that Zabuza got killed by Kakashi and plans on giving the executioner's blade to Suigetsu. He gets paired with his brother and they go on missions with the highest success rates. Until one day, Mei fights and kills Mangetsu since he was the next in line to become Mizukage. Mei tells Suigetsu that she doesn't hold it against him for Kai's death, and reveal that she is starting a coup against her. But In order to do that, she needs to give Suigetsu to Orochimaru in exchange for assassinating Yagura. Orochimaru accepts it and plans on using Suigetsu as a practice dummy for Sasuke.
Assumed battle stances facing each other. Suigetsu looked straight into his red eyes, and he felt dizzy. Suigetsu could swear the eyes were spinning and getting bigger. Before he lost his stomach, Suigetsu lunged forward and slashed at Sasuke's head, hitting the left temple and slicing through his skull. What? He didn't even try to protect himself? What the hell? How weak was this guy? Suigetsu thought in horror of what he did. If this guy was Orochimaru's prized pupil, and Suigetsu just killed him, that meant the Snake Man would kill Suigetsu in the worst possible way imaginable. No, but he told me to go for the kill. How would I know that Sasuke was so weak? Suigetsu dared to look at Orochimaru. He wanted to gauge his reaction, and to his surprise, the Snake Man had the creepiest grin on his face. A blade emerged out of Suigetsu's stomach, splashing droplets of water. What? He said, not understanding what happened.
You are supposed to train swordsmanship, not genjutsu, Sasuke.
Sasuke's corpse faded out of existence. I couldn't resist. He was asking for it, looking straight into my eyes. Sasuke sat from behind Suigetsu, holding his blade that still crossed the watery torso of Suigetsu. He put me under a genjutsu just by looking into my eyes? That's crazy, Suigetsu thought.
I would advise you not to look into Sasuke's Sharingan, Suigetsu.
Sharingan, like the copy ninja, so this guy actually is a big deal. Suigetsu ran forward, freeing his chest of Sasuke's blade and spun around slashing, but Sasuke parried his attack. Quite easily, in fact, to Suigetsu's surprise. That was fast. But what about this? Suigetsu thought and unleashed a flurry of cuts and thrusts, but Sasuke, as if he knew Suigetsu's every move, parried them with annoying elegance. Damn it, he's good! Suigetsu motioned to unleash another combo, but Sasuke acted faster. Sasuke's blade neutralized Suigetsu's in a bind, and Sasuke stepped forward, overpowering
Oh brother, it's time to hop on the glaze train. So Suigetsu is training in a sword fight with Sasuke, and Sasuke's big idea is to use genjutsu in a sword fight because he stared at the Sharingan, and that is supposed to make it look cool, and it becomes even worse when you consider that Sasuke was beating Suigetsu, a guy who has been using a sword since all his life because he copied some other dude's sword fighting skills. Holy shit, the glaze is real in this one. Just gotta use every opportunity to glaze up Sasuke.
Admit, you're a very good swordsman. How long have you been training your blade work? Since last week, Suigetsu laughed. Okay, but seriously, I'm just curious. I am serious. I had never used a sword until last week. He's not joking. Suigetsu thought in utter shock. But how? How is this possible? Suigetsu shouted. That guy had been training for a week, and he was already far better than Suigetsu at swordsmanship.
Couldn't it have been better if Suigetsu was beating Sasuke in the first round at the least? But Sasuke was progressively getting better throughout the fight. And by the next day, Sasuke is dominating Suigetsu because he copied his entire fight. It's still glazing, but at least you get to see how Suigetsu helped with his sword fighting skills. But all logic goes out the window of the glaze train. No way Suigetsu is ever gonna look good against Sasuke. And this took a good chunk of the episode. Talk about a waste of time. Later on, after the Sasuke glazing was over, Orochimaru got an opportunity to assassinate Yagura, so he took Sasuke and Suigetsu with him, so we can glaze up Sasuke some more.
He wouldn't just drop dead.
We can take him! We just have to attack together! Suigetsu screamed. He was still eager to go. I won't be another Kage that you kill, Orochimaru. You misjudge my abilities. A wave of chakra erupted from Yagura. It was powerful and dense. Even though Suigetsu stood a dozen meters away from him, he could feel the chakra's amazing pressure on his skin, where smaller sections turned into water because of it. Gray and red, jagged plates grew out of his skin and covered the entire body of the Mizukage. Gray, wavy, and laminar chakra exuded from Yagura, cracking the ground around him, lifting up small rocks.
Partial tail beast transformation. Don't lower your guard, Sasuke.
Yagura dashed with amazing speed, breaking the ground beneath his feet. Orochimaru unleashed snakes.
So this Sasuke, who is not even on the same level of strength as he was in Tenchi Bridge, is able able to fight a Mizukage and able to force him to use the three tails, we couldn't have Orochimaru, a Sannin who is still pretty powerful without his jutsus, to be able to fight the Mizukage. That honor is given to his crush, Sasuke. If they even overpowered Yagura 3v1 and forced him to use a partial transformation, it wouldn't be such an issue. But Sasuke managed to make him use a partial transformation, and later on, a full transformation, just by himself. This is the same guy who, even faced with the criticism of too much Sasuke glazing, would dedicate an entire rewrite episode explaining why Sasuke beats Deidara and dumb it down to people just want Sasuke to lose all the time. But then he goes out of his way to glaze this guy so much in Suigetsu's backstory, it feels like a Sasuke backstory than anything. But we only touched the surface on the glazing here. The glazing is deep in here.
Curse mark patterns covered all over Sasuke's skin, which increased his speed even further. He dodged the Mizukage's taijutsu attacks, but Yagura stepped on the ground and sent sharp, growing corals that grew on the ground and chased Sasuke. He weaved hand signs, igniting a Chidori. Sasuke slashed the corals, but Yagura dashed.
This guy is using the curse freaking mark already, are you kidding me? So if you watch the Naruto vs Sasuke rewrite fight in Tenchi Bridge, you will notice that a 5 Tails Naruto forced him to use a partial curse mark transformation. After transforming, Sasuke then tells Naruto that he never used the curse mark since his battle with Naruto during the Sasuke retrieval arc. This arc takes place in between the Sasuke retrieval arc and the Kazekage rescue arc. This is during Sasuke's training with Orochimaru, and he used the curse mark. Either Sasuke lied about never using the curse mark since his battle with Naruto during the final valley, which makes him pathetic to even have to lie about that, or, and the most likely conclusion, is that Daigo was glazing Sasuke so much that he ended up creating a plot hole. This imbecile is going to burn out any interest a normal viewer might have with a Naruto rewrite, I swear.
Still silent and unchangeable, and then they both dashed at each other, waiting until the last second to swing their swords. They clashed and passed by each other. Both of them stopped at the opposite side as they started the dash, holding the follow-through postures. For another brief instant, everything stood still, and like a lightning flash, an ethereal cut manifested itself across the masked man's waist. Sasuke smirked in satisfaction. I look forward to meeting you again, Sasuke Uchiha. He faded away, disappearing from the strange realm. No! You bastard! You lost to a brat! The three tails screamed as the Mizukage awoke from his trance-like state. He looked in shock, but Sasuke locked eyes with him. Oi, Mizukage, control that monster of yours.
So, before I get to another plot hole, let me explain what I like. Throughout the Suigetsu's backstory, Daigo often made note of Yagura's behavior, that he doesn't look like he is really present even though he is there. Mangetsu mentioned that when Yagura became the Mizukage, he wanted to change things around, which starts with the killing of children to graduate from the academy, but for some reason he changed his mind later on and kept things as they were. Mei also mentioned that he was working with the Akatsuki and was giving them a hideout to stay at. And to get a little ahead of myself, Yagura was confused and distraught during his final moments, and it was almost like he didn't know what was going on for a long time, which gave Suigetsu an opportunity to avenge Kai by killing Yagura, since he blames him for her death, and I think that works fine. Knowing that Obito was puppeteering Yagura during his tenure as the Mizukage, I actually like that there were hints to suggest that the real Mizukage was never Yagura but Obito. Another thing I liked was Obito not taking any of Three Tails' shit. Given what happened with Rin, it's actually nice to see Obito having hostilities towards the tailed beast. Now let's get into the glazing. Sasuke finding Obito within Yagura's mind is a plot hole. If Sasuke knows something was up with Yagura, why didn't the earlier episodes drop hints that Sasuke was already aware of Tobi's existence? How come when Sasuke met Tobi again during his battle with Deidara, he can't recognize him? Because Tobi changed his mask. Are you kidding me? The mask still had the same hole. Sasuke should have known he met this dude before. This story is being told from Suigetsu's perspective. How is it that he knows what's going on inside the head of Yagura? It would have been better that this encounter was a flashback Sasuke was having after Suigetsu was done telling his story. And lastly, there is something wrong with a pre-Tenchi Bridge Sasuke being able to beat even a Genjutsu version of Tobi. This guy should not be all that powerful than Naruto during the end of part 1. but he forced the Mizukage to use the three tails and beat a genjutsu avatar of Obito. All of these plot holes don't matter if you want to glaze your favorite character, right Daigo? We don't want Sasuke losing all the time. You just want Sasuke to beat everybody but don't want to be called out for it. I know Obito needed Yagura, so there is little sense in giving him up, but couldn't it have been better if Obito already got everything he needed from Yagura, saw Sasuke with his fully developed Sharingans, and decided to leave because a living Sasuke is more useful than a living Yagura at that point? Or maybe just not have that meeting at all, because even Sasuke seeing Obito at that point raises too many questions. Why can't we have Orochimaru fight Yagura and force him to use the three tails? And as he was about to use the partial transformation, Sasuke uses the same jutsu that he did to stop Naruto from using any more nine tails chakra. And that leads Sasuke to get caught in some weird genjutsu world, where he might see Itachi staring at him for the buildup of their battle, but definitely hear Tobi's voice telling him that he will let Yagura go since Sasuke is more useful, and that he is looking forward to Sasuke's progress before telling Sasuke that they will meet again if Sasuke manages to kill Itachi. We could even have Sasuke still willing to give up his body to Orochimaru, but Tobi tells him that he must kill Itachi as himself if he is an Uchiha like himself and Itachi, which alerts Sasuke of the existence of another living Uchiha, and secretly plans on going against Orochimaru after he is done using him. But no, that's too good for Daigo to think up, and that wouldn't allow him to glaze Sasuke. Daigo somehow managed to make Suigetsu's backstory all about Sasuke, and that ruined this otherwise good backstory. And that is my problem. The writer can have a favorite character, but glazing him to this degree where it is creating plot holes in your story should be considered a cardinal sin. Imagine if Kishimoto did something like this. I will tell you that pitchforks would be waiting for him. And before you defend Daigo because I use AI, DygoKnight has used AI in his thumbnail, his rewrite videos, and also believes that it is the artist's fault if AI replaces them. So if you are gonna go at me for using AI, keep that same energy for Daigo. But I guess this wraps up my video. I thank everyone who watched my early Daigo video and ensure it gets 1K views. But fuck Digital Overlord, the cucumber-loving midget. If this video reaches 30 likes, I will do you a favor and tell you everything Daigo has planned for the future rewrite episodes, since the rewrite doesn't seem like it will continue. Later.